Hi, Year 6. We did it. We made it to the last lesson of week 4 with our learning intention being create a multimodal advertisement to persuade a viewer to visit a holiday destination. So today is our last day on working on our ads. We should almost be done. We're just putting on our final touches or perhaps changing it a little bit so that when we finish it, we are very proud of our advertisement that is going to target a certain group of people. So our success criteria for this lesson is to edit the text using a checklist. You'll see the checklist on the next slide. And to publish the multimodal advertisement using digital software. Now, if you aren't doing this on the computer, that's fine. Don't worry about that part. But those people who are, you can choose to do it in a Word document or in PowerPoint. It's completely up to you what you're most comfortable with. All right, so let's have a look at the checklist. So here is your checklist. This is your go-to to make sure that you include absolutely everything you can on your advertisement. So as you do your final copy up, what I would be doing is ticking off on this checklist as you go. So once you've put your headline on there, give it a tick. Logo, slogan, colors, fonts. Okay, once you've done those things, tick it off so that it's kind of to remind you of what you need in it so that you don't forget anything. All right, so let's have a look at our figurative language. So when you include alliteration, simile, metaphor, personification, rhetorical questions, then you can tick that off. Cohesive devices. Are you leaving out words? Are you replacing words? Are you repeating words? Once you've worked that out, you can give that one a tick. Now, our 4 images. So when we are looking at placement, we're thinking about where on our advertisement we're going to put these pictures. And when we're thinking of size, we are looking at how big or small these images are going to be. Because remember, they don't have to all be the same size. You can put a certain image much bigger than the other ones if you want to emphasize it. But just remember that you don't want the images to take up too much room and you not have enough room for writing, or you don't want them to be too small and not have the people who are viewing it can't actually see it. Okay? Used evaluative language to influence feelings and opinions. So remember, you've got your target audience that you are putting your ad, that you're designing your ad for. So think about what feelings or opinions do you want them to have after viewing your ad? What words can you include to make them feel that way? Used modality. So when we are using modality, we think about high or low modality. Which one would we use to convince somebody to do something? So we want to convince them to come to our holiday destination. So we're most likely going to use high modality. Words like must are definitely going to be something we might want to use. We can tick that off when we're done. Chosen noun and noun groups that create imagery. Chosen verb and verb groups that highlight actions and or experiences. And our final one here, used repetition to emphasize ideas and influence an audience. So what parts of the ad do you want to say a few times to keep that message in the viewer's head? So in my advertisement, I emphasized the words adventure package because I wanted to promote the adventure package. Alright, so remember, keep that checklist handy as you create your final advertisement. I'm going to show you an example of one. Alright, so here we have an advertisement that I've done up and I have included everything from that checklist. So if we have a look down the bottom, in the right hand corner you can see my logo. You can see the brand name, which is Tangalooma Resort, and the slogan, which is Dive into True Beauty. So I know that if I was going to do another advertisement or a brochure up, I'd be using that exact same logo because that represents my company, and I would use the same slogan so that it becomes catchy, that people remember. If we move across, we can see some feature text which says uses alliteration, salty, sandy, and superbly stunning. And if you read the text there, it says, "You must come and experience what this island has to offer." That's using modality. Adventure package available. I've omitted words from that. And call a fake number for more information. Alright, I've got 4 images there. I really wanted to emphasize the quad biking, so I put that one as a major one in the center, so I used placement and size. Another bit of the feature text there, we have, "Your paddleboard will smile with you as you explore the island's crystal waters." I've got a picture of a dolphin and the text above it said, "Be as happy as the dolphins jumping." So I'll just go back to the paddleboard one. That's using personification, and the dolphins jumping, that is using a simile to match up with that image. As we get a little bit higher up in the advertisement, I've got the plate with the fork and the picture of quad biking. Now this on its own probably looks a bit funny, but if you read the headline, which is just above it in the bold writing, it says, "Feed your inner adventurer and some dolphins too." So I've used a visual metaphor of feed your inner adventurer, and I've put that on a dinner plate as if they're going to eat that, which they can't. And some dolphins too, which they can actually feed the dolphins, and I've included the picture nearby just for reference. Alright, up the very top I've got just a long shot of Tangalooma, and I've included a rhetorical question: can you get any closer to nature? Now I'm starting to add in my noun groups and verb groups. So you should travel to the glorious Tangalooma Resort because it's the most thrilling experience that nature can provide, almost like a natural theme park. In the picturesque landscape of Moreton Bay, your heart will be racing quickly as you are sand tobogganing, parasailing, and riding intensely on quad bikes. Adventure package available. So notice how I mentioned that adventure package again. So I mentioned it twice because I want the audience to remember, oh, I want to get that adventure package that they had on the ad. Alright, so that is an example of an advertisement. You may have noticed that every single part of this ad I had done in my planning. So when I planned out my text structures and when I planned out my language features, I had already used that. So I wasn't coming up with anything really new on here. I was just adding it over the course of the week, and then I've just made a couple of changes just to make sure I'm happy with it. If you need to make some major changes, that's fine too, but now is your chance to put it all together. Alright, so it's your turn now. You're going to create a multimodal advertisement persuading viewers to visit a holiday destination. Make sure you use your checklist, have a look at the modeled examples, and you may design it on the Word document, or you may design it on PowerPoint or by paper. It's completely up to you. Just make sure that you are including all of those text features, images, and language features. All right, good luck with it. Look forward to seeing what you come up with.